ministers, ambassadors, Mr. François Guibert, the CEO of the Economic Development Board, Mr. Mohamed Salim, the CEO of Trescon Global, partners of the private sector, academics, researchers, teachers, and students, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to all of you. Welcome to Mauritius, the Paradise Island. Welcome to Mauritius, the World AI Blockchain Summit 2018. It is with much pride and enthusiasm that I am addressing you on the day my country steps into the era of artificial intelligence and blockchain. The main objective for the government for hosting such a World AI show and a World Blockchain Summit in Mauritius is for us to learn. During the 3 days, we'll be here to grasp and understand every bit of knowledge that AI and blockchain experts from all parts of the world will share with us. Naturally, we have to make sure that this conference does not only speak to IT specialists and geeks only. We have gathered a large panel of esteemed speakers from all over the world, and the conference is meant to be an eye-opener on the vast array of possibilities that AI and blockchain can offer for various sectors of our economy. As you already know, innovation is an essential driver of economic progress, and in line with Vision 2030 of the government, it is essential that we fully realize the potential of emerging technologies such as AI and blockchain to contribute to the transformation of Mauritius into a high-income, inclusive country well before 2030. A classic example of innovation is the development of the steam engine technology in the 18th century. Steam engines could be put to use factories, enabling mass production, and they revolutionized transport with the railways. This was the era of Industry 1.0. Hence, technology and innovation acted as enablers to improve yield, production, and results. As productivity rises, more goods and services were produced, and as a consequence, the economy grew. The same thing happened during the Industry 2.0 phase with the advent of electricity. During the 70s and the 80s, we saw computers becoming pervasive in all aspects of our lives, multiplying and our productivity tenfold, and this was deemed Industry 3.0. Dear participants, we are living the era of Industry 4.0, and artificial intelligence is now allowing us to automate a number of our processes, thereby increasing our overall productivity while greatly decreasing costs. Innovation usually starts on a small scale when a new technology is first applied in the company where it has been developed. However, for all the full benefits of innovation to be realized, it is necessary for it to spread across the economy and equally benefit companies in different sectors of different size. Experts call this process the diffusion of innovation. Ladies and gentlemen, our world has been witnessing a shift of paradigm concerning innovation and new technologies. Gone are the days where Occidental countries were at the helm of modern industrialization. Nowadays, Asian countries like China, India, South Korea are the trendsetters. They have rapidly breached the gap that had only a few years ago and are offering AI and blockchain solution to the whole world. So it is pertinent to ask ourselves the following question: where does Mauritius stand in this ever-changing and challenging new world? Under the leadership of our Prime Minister, Honorable Pravin Jagnnath, our government aims transforming the whole country, thereby improving the quality of our life of our citizens with innovative and modern technologies. Last week itself, we launched the online renewal of motor vehicle license. The new system allows vehicle owners to renew their license online without wasting time queuing up at one of the outlets of the National Transport Authority. This initiative goes hand in hand with the government's wish to deliver swiftly regarding e-services. A few years ago, we realized by focusing on 24/7 availability and accessibility of citizen-centric public services through all possible channels, counters, PCs, mobile phones, the benefits that could be yielded could be enormous. We also strive to make sure that our e-services are as simple to use as possible. Ladies and gentlemen, several emerging tech economies have become significant actors in the global innovation system. China is a very good example. China is proof of research and development, can play a key role in the digital transformation of a country. For our government, it is essential that development be accompanied by inclusiveness. In Mauritius, we have chosen to make sure that every citizen can benefit from the massive adoption of technology at all levels. Allow me to continue talking about innovation. As you all know, innovation can be a very strong differentiator. Every day, innovators in the business would create new products. Those innovators manage to look at problems differently and come up with unique solutions which can provide an endless stream of value to their companies. This is why it is important that our local companies and startups think big and address concerns which exist at global level. It is no surprise that 3 years ago, 2/3 of the respondents in a Deloitte Innovative Survey stated that innovation is essential for growth. I'm sure that should the survey be done today, this proportion will be substantially larger. Businesses that innovate are able to scale up and add more employees. That allows them to take on more customers and grab a bigger share of the global market. Innovation makes it easier to grow regardless of the size of the business. One might have a small startup, but as soon as one starts innovating, the business can grow originally. Of course, the same is true for a well-established Fortune 500 company. It might already be a huge corporation, but the Fortune 500 company, if innovative enough, can substantially grow as well. Allow me now to address a few words to entrepreneurs. As you know, customers' needs are constant changing. One day, customers might need exactly what you have to offer, and the next day, they might need something else. Having an efficient R&D department with a lot of proactive innovators, you will be able to better predict changes and provide solutions before people even realize they need them. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the main challenges facing Mauritius is its capacity to attract the best talents from across the world, but at the same time adopt the right strategy to nurture local talents. Talented, innovative people want to work for innovative companies. You are not going to attract someone who is going to create the next big thing unless your company has a history of creating big things. Those who manage to create companies with a reputation of being innovative can then watch the CVs pile in. Innovators from all over the world will want to work with you. If you think about it, this is how Google, Amazon, Facebook, and Apple did. They use innovation to attract the best, and the rest is history. Dear participants and delegates, let me now talk about a few countries which stand out in global standards. Those are the countries which are the forefront of innovation, human and fixed capital investment, and economic integration. These are the countries which are actively working on the latest technological breakthrough, such as self-driving vehicles or AI-powered robots, such as Sophia. New Zealand, for example, is investing in a superior telecommunication system and adopting forward-looking policies to create incentives for entrepreneurs to settle in the country. Similarly, Singapore plans to invest more than $13 billion in high-tech industries by 2020. The UAE, the first country in the world to have a minister of artificial intelligence, has created free trade zone and has transformed Dubai into a smart city, linking government with residents and temporary visitors to create an interconnected web of services, be it in transportation, essential utilities, or e-services. The breakout countries are today mainly in Asia and are catching up quickly with Occidental countries. For example, China, the world's largest retail and e-commerce market, with the world's largest number of people using the internet, has the fastest changing digital economy. Another breakout country is India, which is already the world's second largest smartphone market. Through only 1/5 of its 1.3 billion people have online access today. By 2030, some estimates suggest 1 billion Indians will be online. Investors, business leaders, and policymakers need to take a more realistic look at the best way to profit from innovation, balancing efforts towards huge results and more modest ones. They may need to recall a lesson from the earlier days of the internet itself. If government invests, if government invests in key aspects of digital infrastructure, either directly or by creating subsidies and tax incentives, This lays the groundwork for massive private investment and innovation that can transform the economy. According to CB Insights, the PricewaterhouseCoopers $19.3 billion in venture capital from sources around the world was invested in Asia tech startups. In the second quarter of 2017, while the US had $18.4 billion in new investment over the same period. In other words, investment in Asia digital startups have exceeded those in the US. Technology has always, on balance, made us better off. This is why the average person in an advanced country today has a quality of life which is superior to that of a very wealthy person 100 years ago. I'm optimistic that artificial intelligence will continue this positive trend, but it will also bring unprecedented challenges, especially in terms of impact on the labor market. Our objective should be to find a way to adapt our economy and society in ways that allows us to maximize the positive aspects of AI and robotics while mitigating the negative impacts. That brings me to the question, what is tormenting many? Will AI create more jobs than it eliminates? There is no question that AI will result in some job losses. As a matter of fact, AI could ultimately threaten virtually any job or task at any skill level that is fundamentally routine and predictable in nature. This might include jobs like driving vehicles, retail cashier, fast food personnel. Some say that more complex jobs may also be at risk. As a matter of fact, some AI-based systems are already outperforming doctors at analyzing medical images in certain cases. It is therefore imperative that together we reflect on what AI can bring, what benefits it can have on society, what negative aspects it may have, and find ways to mitigate these negative aspects. What is absolutely true is that we cannot adopt the strategy of the ostrich. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that during these 3 days, in addition to the technical aspects of AI, we shall also venture on its social impact. Finding a way to leverage the benefit of AI while minimizing the disruption to society and the economy is a challenge that will require a public policy response. On a concluding note, I would say that rather than fearing the future, we should make a concerted effort to understand and adapt to these changes. We need to have an open mind. This was our prime intent in deciding to host such a conference. The list of high caliber and sometimes multidisciplinary speakers has been thoroughly thought and chosen. I hope that this World AI Show will be an eye-opener for all of us. I must, before ending, to thank the Honorable Prime Minister for his full support to have this World AI Show and Blockchain Summit in Mauritius, Mr. George Chung, his special advisor at the Prime Minister's office, and Salim to have accepted to host the TRESCON Global AI in Mauritius. I would like also to thank all members or employees of the EDB and the staff of my ministry. Before ending, I would like to thank everyone, and especially one more time the Prime Minister, his willingness to put Mauritius on the world map of AI and blockchain. Thank you for your attention.